Welcome to the desert. It's not a very nice place to live. Hot and hardly any water. But here's the thing. I'm going to be doing it in hardcore mode. So basically, if I die, the world gets deleted. I'm going to be surviving a week in this place. This is going to be one of the hardest challenges I'm ever going to do. But it's going to be fun. So, yeah. This is surviving 1 week of hardcore Minecraft in an endless desert. So, day one. Spawned right next to a cave and a village, which I was really happy about. I decided to get some of these dead bushes as well, because these can actually get you tons of sticks. This was the only way I was actually going to be able to make tools, because there's no wood. And then after I've destroyed a few of these, I head straight into my first house, find a crafting table and a bed. I also found some hay as well, which was really helpful, because I can make wheat and some bread. And then apart from that, these houses were just completely useless. There's just nothing in these. All there were crafting tables and beds. Then I came across a creeper, hit him with my stick about 100 times. Eventually he blew up. And then I heard a noise. I swear it was coming from the cave. There was a zombie sitting there with the spider. So I just let him be. So then I went straight back into the village, placed my crafting table, and I made some wheat. I used this to make bread, which I needed at this point because my hunger was going down rapidly. Then I decided to head north. I found a desert temple, which was probably one of the best things to find in the desert. So then I went in there. I broke the front part with my fist, and also the floor because I had no tools. But then I thought I need to get some blocks. I got some sand instead, so I could actually come back up. So then after I dug up some of the sand, I went back in there and I just dropped straight down. I didn't even care about taking fall damage at this point. I broke the pressure plate. I got one of the worst enchantment books. It was channeling. I found some bones as well, some gold, even more bones. I used this bones for bone meal. I also found 2 iron ingots, which would have been really helpful. I also took the chests for storage because obviously there was no chests in the village at the time. I stepped back up. And then I made a decision. I decided to live here. There's no way I'm going to build a house. And I also needed a quick and easy base. So yeah, this was perfect. So I placed my crafting table and my bed. And I made myself a sword. I needed a sword at this point in case I run into any mobs. And then I had an idea. I head straight back to the village. And I had a plan to kill the iron golem because I needed them ingots off him to make an iron pickaxe. I hit him. Stacked up and I hit him a few times, I think it was about 8 times, and then he cracked and eventually he died. He dropped 2 iron ingots, which was really helpful. Then I headed back to the temple and I found a skeleton. It's amazing. First time on and I found a skeleton. Well, I just went to bed. So after I woke up, I decided to make an iron pickaxe. This was so I could go strip mining and also mine ores. But I mined down a bit and then I thought I'm going to make some more food and I needed to place torches around my temple. This was because to stop mobs from spawning inside of here like that skeleton did. And also just to light up the place a bit. It was a bit dark and dull, so I thought I might as well just add more torches. I had to get it everywhere to stop because there weren't much light at all in here. So then I carried on strip mining. My main goal with this was to find diamonds, but on the way I found some coal, which was going to help, and I also found some iron, which was going to help me majorly. I needed iron armour, so I can go into caves, higher the chance of finding diamonds, but if I don't have any armour, I'm pretty much going to die. I do find a cave on the way, but I'll block it up for now, because I didn't have enough resources. And then I'll make a furnace to start smelting my iron. I needed this smelted. And I also placed my chest that I found in the bottom of the temple. Placed all my items in there. After all my iron had smelted, I made another pickaxe. I needed as many iron pickaxes as I can so I can go down deeper. Then I went to bed. And then after I woke up, I headed straight back down the mine and carried on digging till Y11. On the way down I found a cave. I blocked it off at first, but then I decided to go down there, take a massive risk. It seemed like there was no mobs down here. I decided to block it off anyway, because, you know, I just didn't want to get any zombies on me or anything. And then I found some redstone as well. I decided to block off all the other entrances with sand, just to make sure that there was nothing in here. Then I decided to get some lapis. This lapis was going to help in case I wanted to enchant anything. And I found some more lapis. There was a lot of lapis in this cave, I'm not going to lie about this. Then I headed back up. I made some more torches. I needed more torches. I placed them all down. I was holding a torch, but this was going to cause mobs to spawn. And then I went straight back to bed. Day 2. I started placing walls around my temple to stop mobs from entering. I'll get about 2 stacks of sand because walls are expensive. And I also went exploring to find some more rare items. I found another desert temple on the way and decided to loot it. This temple had a mending book. A mending book. I also got 3 diamonds as well. Hopefully I could use the emeralds for some trading. I also took the chests for some storage. I found another village as well that had finally had dirt so I could make my own farm. I also found 7 saplings, which now meant I could get wood. I found some pigs as well. I was going to kill them, but they weren't what I came for. I came for the dirt. I tried to get the pig back in his pen because I was going to kill them later, but he was just not accepting it. I went to sleep and carried on my adventure. By the village I found a broken nether portal. I found some golden tools and there's some obsidian which I could use for a nether portal later on. I carried on trying to keep this stupid pig inside its pen, but it was just not having it. I was able to get him inside eventually, but the other escaped. I ended up just leaving him to die in the desert because he can't say I didn't try to help him. I headed back and emptied all my loot into my chest. I also put torches around my temple to stop mobs from coming here. Oh yeah, I also ended up killing that pig because who can deny pork chops? Really? I started to make my farm. I didn't want to grow a big farm so I could have some room for my trees to grow. I placed all my seeds. I mainly had wheat seeds, but also had some beetroot as well. I finished the day off strip mining because I'm boring, and I also finished it off with some sleep. So, day 3. I woke up and decided to carry on building my stairs in my temple. Considering there's a lot of sand in a desert, this was surprisingly took forever. I had to build inside every gap so mobs wouldn't spawn, and just make it look nice. I had to completely destroy 2 layers of the roof in my temple so I was actually able to see outside. Suddenly I heard a travelling merchant outside, and I went to see what he had to offer. It was awful, as always. Decided to kill his llamas for the leads. I carried on breaking the roof of my temple and added a more square-like roof so I could add glass. I also planted my beetroot seeds. I blocked up the gaps behind the stairs so no mobs could spawn, stopping me from sleeping. My trees had finally grown and I chopped every single one down. I waited for them extra saplings to drop so I could grow more trees. I used some of my glass to make a glass floor above my bed, which looked good, and I also did it on the roof and on the top of the temple. I placed all my glass around the walls of the roof and it was looking pretty good. I decided to go strip mining until I saw diamonds behind some coal that I mined. It was only 2 though. Still enough for a diamond sword. As I carried on strip mining, I found more diamonds and more. This was my luckiest find yet. 10 diamonds in pretty much one way. I finished off my glass and I was happy about how it looked. I could see the desert all around me. I went down mining to get more coal and came around some more diamonds. I think this was my lucky day with diamonds. I had 18 diamonds in total, which was all I was happy about. My trees had grown and I decided to chop them down. I had 7 saplings. My crops had grown as well. I placed new ones, but I struggled to not destroy the crop dirt. I finished chopping down my last tree and logged off for the day. Day 4. I wanted to get some building done today, so I made an iron shovel and went to dig up some sand. I did an extra chest to store all my sand for my new compound. I spent 2 Minecraft days just digging sand and I cleared up so much for my base. I grabbed some of my sand blocks, taking care of a few mobs outside, and I began to plan out my base. I'd spent literally 2 days of this video building this base, so I've spent day 4 and day 5 building and planning. I had this big plan in my head, but it took a while to build. After 2 full days of building my compound, it was finally done. So, welcome to my compound. This took days of building. I used pretty much all my wood to build this base, but I was happy with it. The front of it was the main part that I liked. It also had an upstairs as well, which I wasn't planning to do. It looks more like a castle than a base, but I was still happy with it. Day 6, I went into my new base and I wanted to add more light into my bottom floor because it was looking very dark and mob spawn worthy. So I put windows on every wall, but for some reason it was still really dark, so I added torches. I wanted an underground storage where I could also build my nether portal. I gathered some wood and made a lot of chests. I placed them in my underground base and decided to go strip mining. I wanted a few more diamonds, which I eventually found after hours of mining. After I woke up, I grabbed my bucket and went to make some obsidian to make my nether portal. Luckily I was able to get enough obsidian without dying. I headed down my mine to try and find more diamonds, and I was running past some this whole time. It was hidden behind some blocks. I headed back up and I went to bed. Day 7, the final day. I decided to make some diamond armor and some diamond tools. I grabbed a bow and my golden apple. I made a golden helmet with the gold I had so piglins wouldn't attack me randomly. I headed out my temple and I entered the nether. This was a bad location for my portal because there was nothing around me except bones and floating islands. I went exploring and found some bone. I could use this to grow my trees much quicker. Apart from that, I didn't do anything else except run around. I decided to make a strip mine right next to my portal. I strip mined down to Y15, which is the location of netherite. After strip mining for a while, I headed back home and made some TNT. TNT was extremely useful to finding netherite because it reveals a larger area. I made 6 blocks of TNT and went back into the nether. I placed a block of TNT and was able to find 2 blocks of ancient debris in one explosion. The second explosion, I found 2 more blocks of ancient debris. After nearly dying to some lava, I found 2 more blocks. I head home and smelted my ancient debris. I also made a smithing table so I could make my netherite tools. I decided to make a netherite sword. I felt much safer with this in my hand and just needed some more enchantments on it. After that, I just went to sleep. After I woke up, I decided to complete the final task, the raid tower. My main goal was to obviously get the bad omen effect, so when I do 2 weeks, I'll be able to do a raid. I made a shield and head over there. There were some pillagers already waiting for me. I slain them and ran straight into the tower and blocked off the door and windows. I was greeted to another pillager inside who I quickly slain as well. I looted the chest and found diamonds. Not the main thing I was looking for, but I'll take it. I ran home with a huge smile on my face. I had accomplished everything I wanted to do. I built a base, found diamonds, got at least 1 netherite tool, and obtained the bad omen effect. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.